Hi.
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 So, how are you guys doing?
Good.
Just doing some research for our discussion.
Yeah. So, I also heard that Madam Aida, our history class, do have give us an assignment regarding which entitled "Crossing Boundary Divine Architecture Tradition." Is it right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, I heard that we have to search for a building that related to the typologies which are religious, traditional vernacular, public, or ancient vernacular. Is it true?
Yes, that
Yes,
is true.
we
And
have two example of building.
Oh, so we do have an example, yeah.
Of course.
So, Shafiq, for
yeah,
ancient vernacular, do we have an example for that?
yes, we have. From our study, we found that our building it will be the Angkor Wat, which is located in Cambodia. So yeah, I want a little bit explanation about the Angkor Wat itself. And
Yes.
so Angkor Wat is a temple complex in Cambodia, and it is the largest religious monument in the world. It was originally constructed as a Hindu temple, which is dedicated to the god Vishnu for the Khmer Empire. And this building was built by the Khmer King Suryavarman II in early 12th century in Angkor, which is the capital city of the Khmer Empire on that time. Based on the by time, it was gradually transformed into a Buddhist temple towards the end of 12th century. What the amazing about this building, it has become a symbol of the Cambodia itself. It you can see at the flag of the Cambodia, it's appearing on its national flag, and it is the country's prime attraction for the visitors. According to the myth, the construction of Angkor Wat was ordered by Indra, which is an ancient Vedic deity in Hinduism, to serve as a palace for his son. And some believe that this temple was constructed in a single night by divine architect. As we know, Angkor Wat is have combination by two basic plannings of my temple architecture, which is the first one is the standard design, the temple mountain, and the second one is the letter plan of the concentric galleries. This temple is representation of the Mount Meru, the home of the god, and it symbolizes of the five peaks of the mountain, which is the sacred five peak mountain of Hindu, Jain, and Buddhist cosmology. The very steep stairways represent the difficulties of ascending to the kingdom of the gods. Last, the temple stands of a terrace rise higher than the steep. It is made of three rectangular galleries rising to the central tower, each level higher than the last. And the Manika interprets this gallery as being dedicated to the king, Brahma, the moon, and the Vishnu. So this all info I got for the Angkor Wat. So next.
So interesting. Angkor Wat. Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
I like.
We do have to visit sometimes.
Of course,
Next
after
year, next year.
COVID, maybe.
Yeah. So for next example, do we have an example for local building which is quite old for us to see?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yes, of course. I have made some research about one of the building located in our beloved country, which is it consists of hybrid and eclectic architecture in the colonial era, which is the building is the former National Palace of Malaysia. Okay, this
Wow.
building was a former national palace, or in Malay we call it Istana Negara Lama, which is now they converted it to be the Royal Museum, and it is used as the former residence of the Yang di-Pertuan Agong, which is Supreme King of Malaysia. So firstly, I want to share about the history of this building. The palace was originally a double-story mansion called the Big House built in 1928 by a local Chinese millionaire. His name is Chen Wing. And this was used as the residence of the Japanese governor in 1942 to 1945. And in 1945 itself, the British Military Administration, BMA, commanded it for a senior military officer's mess from the rank of brigadier. Okay, after that, it was renovated to become the palace of His Majesty, the Sultan of Selangor. And after that, in 1957, the owner sold the property of 13 acres to the federal government, and he had an agreed valuation of straight dollar, which cost 1.4 million dollar. So the federal government then converted the residents into the Istana Negara for the newly created sovereign post of Yang di-Pertuan Agong, which is the King of Malaysia, which was about to achieve independence that August as scheduled. Since then, it has undergone several renovations and extensions to accommodate the new needs and function of the building. So, the process of adding this new throne, which aim to elevate the dignity of the National Palace, has been built under the management of the architect from the Public Works Department, which named as Captain David Wee, based on the tolls of royal greatness. So, in terms of the architectural style, although it goes with some renovation, the building still maintains the original image of colonial architectural style, which used the elements of arches, as we can see at the front of the building, and also can be seen at the column design around the building also. So it built with 7 floors and 7 pillars, which symbolize the universe, which has 7 layers of heaven and 7 layers of earth, and is made of beautiful and finely carved chengal wood. So this Istana Negara is not just a place where the highest government of the country reside. In fact, it also plays an important role as a building that symbolizes national sovereignty. So for that purpose, this Istana Negara is allocated some important rooms specifically for certain ceremonies, including the Little Throne Room, the Facing Hall, the Ambassador's Room, and also the Queen's Room and the Study Hall. So, asymmetric approach is used in this space planning of the building following the colonial approach. This makes the building look formal and suitable with its status. So, this new palace worth 800 million ringgit has a larger area, clearly with the pinnacle and symbol of pride of the country's constitutional monarchy. That's my what I get from my research.
Yeah, so interesting.
Wow.
So also, from what we have discussed, looking back to what we have discussed, these two buildings, their greatness, I can say that it was influenced by the philosophy that it carries. Is it right? Yeah, Ben. Yeah, these philosophies that makes this building great and make people remember about them. Yeah,
And appreciate it.
yeah. So like Cambodia, they have this religious and philosophy of Mount, and then for this Istana, yeah, from a bungalow and then become the national Istana. Yeah. So what can we conclude is that behind a great building, there's also a great history and also a great story. So that's all from us as a group. Bye.
Bye.
Bye.